Hey everyone, I'm Hector Mirai, and this is Faith and Fandom 180 on LTN Radio. So the past few days, weeks, however long, I've been writing a chapter on Anakin Skywalker. So I've been revisiting some kind of key moments in the Star Wars lore of, what were some turning points. And one of the things that I've always felt was Anakin and Padme disguising their relationship was a big negative for his integrity and where their future would go. And as I was looking back at it, I realized Padme straight said no. In episode 2, she said, "You're studying to become a Jedi. I'm a senator. If you follow your thoughts through to conclusion, it'll take us to a place we cannot go, regardless of the way we feel about each other." And I was like, oh, look at you being a wise adult and actually doing something smart. She goes on to say, "We'd be living a lie, one we couldn't keep, even if we wanted to. I couldn't do that. Could you, Anakin? Could you live like that?" And I'm just like, oh, man, I forgot how actually perceptive she was of this is a dangerous situation. But then, literally, by the end of the same movie, they're getting married and living in secret. And I'm like, you knew this was a horrible life choice. You knew this was not the right route to go. You just knew this was the wrong option. And it just kind of discouraged me, but it also kind of hit home as well, because the reality is most of the time we know the right thing to do. We don't really need other people to tell us, but we don't actually do the things we know we should do. And in James 4:17 it says this: "If anyone then knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it, it is sin for them." And sometimes we don't know any better. Sometimes we generally do things out of ignorance and just not having all the information. But the majority of time, we know what we should do, and we completely ignore how that should be executed. So I would challenge you and encourage you and beg you, please do the things that you know you're supposed to do. Because if not, it's sin. Remember to catch Faith and Fandom 180 every Wednesday morning on the Back Row Morning Show, only on LTN Radio. And if you'd like to learn more about Faith and Fandom, head over to faithandfandom.org, where you can learn about our Comic-Con ministry, podcast, memes, apparel, and book series. You can even read new chapters before they make it to the next book. I'm Hector Mirai, and thank you for spending the last 180 seconds with me.